Welcome back guys, today I have the Vernee Mix 2 review. It's been 6 days since the unboxing video, so I've had a good while to test this phone out. So let's get straight into this now. So at the moment this is on GearBest in flash sale for £126. There are links in the description below if you want to take a look and purchase them. Okay, so the standout points for me for this Vernee Mix 2 is the design. When I unboxed it, I can't remember how many times I said the word stunning, and it is a stunning phone with the front and back made of glass. I can tell you that the glass has not had any scratches as of yet over the 6 days I've been using it, so it looks pretty strong and hard wearing, so that's very, very good. And you can see in the videos and the clips how beautiful it looks, and the reflective glass is definitely a plus point. This screen can be quite bright outside. I've been using it. This is the highest setting in terms of brightness, and it's quite sunny outside as well, and it goes right down to this. You can just about make out the icons and the display, so brightness isn't too bad. And the other standout feature on the phone is obviously the 6-inch Full HD IPS display. It is really, really sharp detail. Just looks immaculate, and with the glass, glossy glass front as well, it is stunning. So you'll also be happy to know that the Vernee Mix 2 does have LED notification, and this can become quite bright, especially in the evening, but it's definitely there and it works. So a lot of video content at the moment is not 18:9 aspect ratio, but if you go to YouTube you can quickly find some 18:9 ratio videos on there, and when you do click play you can see it's full screen. But it does look stunning. Beautiful. So obviously the more 18:9 content that gets delivered and released, then you will experience the full screen on the Vernee Mix 2 and other phones with the same aspect ratio. Does look brilliant. Definitely one of the biggest selling points. Let's have a quick listen to the Vernee Mix 2 audio. The audio quality is good, and there's a nice level of sound as well. And phone call quality and loudness is just as good. Okay, so let's talk battery. The Vernee Mix 2 has a 4200 milliamp battery. And overall, I was very happy with the performance of the battery. I'll just show you some screenshots now and talk you through the results. Okay, so this particular day, I hadn't been running no games on it at all. It's just general use, Facebook, WhatsApp, and some maps as well. Had about 17 to 18 hours off battery. 10 minutes left on 1%. Screen on time was 6 hours and 29 minutes, which I thought was rather good considering the huge screen on this phone for the battery to power. So I was very impressed. Now, the one day when I was gaming, I did play a few games. It wasn't heavy, intense gaming, but it was gaming nonetheless. I'll say about an hour worth of gaming through the day. And I managed 13 to 14 hours off the battery with 18 minutes left. And with gaming, it was 4 hours 44. So I did need to charge the phone later on in the evening to get me through the rest of the evening. But on average, overall, I think the battery is very, very good for the size of the screen. Okay, let's get on to the camera on the Vernee Mix 2. It's a dual camera, 13 megapixel and 5 megapixel lens. People have asked whether it is really a dual camera, and yes, it is. And you can see this when you're in the bokeh effect or bokeh effect, whatever you call it. When you're taking photos, you can sneakily put your finger onto the right hand lens on the camera and a message comes up saying please make sure your fingers are not over the lens. And when you do that, you can also see the blur effect stop working. Then when you move the finger away, the blur effect kicks in. So overall, the camera quality is quite acceptable for the price you're paying for the phone. Outside it performs really well, and indoors not so well. So if we look at some of the pictures indoors, the shutter speed is quite slow and it doesn't perform well in low light, so you do get these sort of blurred photos sometimes when the subject is moving. So that is one of the downsides on this Vernee Mix 2. But when you look outside, the camera quality is very acceptable. And if you look at this bokeh effect as well, you can see the bokeh effect does work on this bush that I took a picture of, and it's quite intense because I did have the blur whacked right up to the top. But there is the effect there, it does seem to work, but whether you like that effect or not, I don't know. I'm not a particular big fan of it, but it is there and it does sort of work. Also states that the camera has optical image stabilization, and if it does, it doesn't work very well. You can see this when walking around in this particular video here. There is a bit of a shake. Optical image stabilization doesn't seem to work. I need a haircut. But on the whole, I think for the price, you are getting a decent camera. The detail is definitely there. Even zooming on some of the subjects, it is still pretty good. But low light does let it down. So let's get on to GPS. GPS on this phone is probably around about 95% accurate. Over the last 6 days I've been using it, there have been a couple of times when the GPS, the GPS signal, or the GPS and the maps, has come off course slightly. And you can see here on the bit of footage I have on the GPS, I'm just going around this roundabout, I stopped at some lights, and then the route changes and it thinks I've pulled off to the left on that exit. But in reality, I'm actually stuck in my car around the roundabout, and then I go around the roundabout and back onto course. So it's not 100% accurate as the Vernee M5 was, which is a bit strange considering it's a Vernee phone as well. You'd think that they'd nail that as well, but 95% accurate, I'd say, for GPS. So performance on the Vernee Mix 2, the Helio P25 Octa Core CPU has not disappointed at all. I've really enjoyed using this phone over the past 6 days, and things are very quick, rapid. You can also split screens as well in applications. You just press the volume up or volume down, but that can be a little bit annoying when you're trying to turn the volume down on a video. You have to tap it like that, where normally I keep my finger down to bring it right down, but then you get that opening up. But you get used to it. So I can put 2 applications at the same time. So I play my video, and then we can have a scroll through web browser.
Let's see if I can get the edge of it. No.
So that's pretty cool.
Let's try my
Pretty cool indeed. So gaming on this is a joy. Nice huge screen, fantastic display, and good performance. Whoa. Oh, the gaming is smooth on the Vernee Mix 2. Oops. Haven't really experienced any sort of frame drops. This is another cool game I like playing now. Gaming for me is nice and smooth. Traffic Rider, Football Strike, and also FIFA Mobile I've been playing. So this concludes the review of the Vernee Mix 2. An absolute beautiful smartphone. The standout points for me is obviously the design, the front and back glass, the full HD display, 6 inches with a ratio of 18:9, and like I said, some of the content will be available in 18:9, and you can really experience the full screen mode on the Vernee Mix 2. Price point is very good, very good specs, and a decent camera. The only disappointing parts for me is the performance in low light, the not 100% accuracy on the GPS either. But overall, very happy. Would definitely highly recommend purchasing this phone. I've noticed that some people have purchased this using my affiliate links, and I'd like to thank you all who have done that. So if there are any questions about this phone, please comment below and I'll answer them as best as I can. Hopefully I've covered a lot of the main points in there which are important to people, and it's just a stunning phone, probably one of the best phones I've had on my channel so far. So thanks for watching, guys. Please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. Bye bye.